just behind the nostrils to the front of the eyes. Every inch is approximately 1 foot. Now, while the alligator's in the water like that, it does not have to bite you. Water only moves about a mile to a mile and a half every 24 to 36 hours. Starting in the Kissimmee Basin, which is north of Lake Okeechobee, and makes its way down south to the Florida Bay.
Enjoy your boat riding? Yeah. It's a beautiful day for sure. It's never really a bad time to be in the Everglades. Keep in mind this is just part one. So each part of the Everglades, different environment, everything out here kind of works together. Springtime is nice to be out here. Never a bad time to be here. There's some benefits to being here this time of year. The weather is nice. It's warm, but not too warm. Nice cool breeze. The animals are still out and about. Springtime, you know, love is in the air for sure. This is just one part though. This is the river part of the Everglades. This river moves slowly. It's about 2 feet deep on an average. Best way to get around out here is by the airboat. If you had to, I mean, you could walk through it. Still about an hour southwest of the river, it'll open into Florida Bay. If you drive 20 minutes down the road on this road right here to the west, you'll be in the Big Cypress. 12 miles away. If you're here to see the Everglades, that should be your next destination. Drive through it, lots of beauty in the Everglades. If you get into specific regions, you start to see specific animals. The things that you find throughout most of the Everglades, of course, are going to be birds and reptiles. Alligators are everywhere. This is Wally. He's 4. I've had him since he hatched. He lived in my bag. Just sit down if you don't mind, guys, so they can see behind
Aubrey,
you.
sit down,
Thank
baby.
you so much. So when he hatched, he was this big. He lived in my bathtub for a couple months. He still lives today in my backyard. The alligator growth rate is a slow one. They'll grow 1 foot every year till about 6 feet. At 6 feet, it'll start to slow down even more. The older they get, the slower they grow. Alligators live 50 to 60 years. Largest alligator ever was 19 feet 2 inches. That line to the edge of the wood measures 19 feet 2 inches. So world record alligator. The thing is, they caught that one in 1890. Not really sure how they measured things back then. Modern day record's about 15 feet, very big. When they're small like this, these guys run very fast. Watch this, ready? It's funny how you protected yourself, yet you still managed to film it. You gotta make sure you film it. Right?
Aubrey.
So again, stripes when they hatch, very colorful, now dark on their back, light on their belly. They're blending into the dark water. They're also blending blending into the bright sky. Anytime you look at sharks, dolphins, birds, you're going to see patterns like this. Alligator is the top of the food chain. They're here to balance nature. Florida's got like 2 million alligators. They're everywhere. Seems like a lot. I bet some of you guys live with deer running through your backyard. We have alligators in ours. If I saw a deer in my backyard, I'd be like, oh my God, a deer. It's an alligator, you know what I mean? They're everywhere. If you have 30 eggs that hatch, you'd be lucky if one lived 40 or 50 years. Everything eventually becomes dinner. If they all survive their entire life, we have 20 million of these guys out here. It's too much. Bigger ones sometimes eat smaller ones. The river otter will eat everything out here. Fish, bird, snake, turtle. They'll go through alligators twice this size. Otters rule the waters out here. Pythons are now eating alligators. Yeah, absolutely. Did you see the great blue heron, the big bird? Eats more alligators in the Everglades than anything. Yeah, they'll eat 10 babies at a time. They'll eat them up to 2 years old. They'll also eat snakes. They'll eat freshwater eels. So that delicate-looking bird is more like a pterodactyl. Don't be fooled. Alligators hunt the birds. It's the birds that hunt the alligators. Top of the head, nose, eyes, ears, right on top of their head. When they're bigger, they can smell a dead, rotting animal about a mile away. You can actually see his ear flap right behind the eye. See the ear? They can hear fish splash in the water about 100 yards. They have eyelids, they can blink, just like us. See the goggles? See the goggles? Nictitating membrane. If they got bit by something, their eyes are protected. They'll go into the skull. Yeah, the alligator will blink like us. Goggles built in. Nictitating membrane. Hit in the head, eyes go into the skull. Well protected. Small brain, big mouth, bad combination. Super smart, top of the food chain. They're here to balance nature, not to figure out math problems, you know. They eat, sleep, and make babies. That's it. It's a genius, really. 80 teeth, 40 on top and 40 on bottom as soon as they come out of the egg. When they lose a tooth, it grows back. If they lose it again, it will grow back again. He's not hungry right now.
Yep.
You can see the tongue. Tongue is attached, so they don't bite it off.
What happened?
Again, 40 on top, 40 on bottom. Every tooth replaced up to 50 times. The 4,000 they can go through. With the mouth closed, it's going to be the top teeth that are visible. I don't know if you see it. It's a nice little smile right there. In the 1960s, these guys hunted almost to extinction. There was less than 60,000 in the wild. Today, there's more than 4 million in the wild. The American alligator is all over the place. The Everglades, however, is a very unique ecosystem. Alligators are native, but so are crocodiles. We're the only place on the planet, both exist, both native. Lots of differences between alligators and crocodiles. They look different, they act different. We don't want to lose anybody again. Did I say that? Capabilities, environments between alligators and crocodiles are completely different. These two are best friends. They grew up together. They still live together in my backyard. That's where Gatorade comes from, kids. Again, these two are best friends. We got one more show, then we go home. They live in my backyard. Many animals live in my backyard. I'm an educator. I take them to schools and libraries. I bring them here. The more we learn, the more we care. Crocodiles are native. Crocodiles are tropical. South Florida is not tropical, but they are native here. They're native because of Florida Bay. The river that runs off into salt water is perfect for saltwater crocodiles. Key Largo, Biscayne Bay, Flamingo, Everglades City. American crocodile is here. It's one of the biggest in the world. We have only 2,000 of them. Yeah, they prefer to live on the quiet beaches here in Florida. The quiet beaches here in Florida. Have you been to the quiet ones yet? That's more rare than the crocodile, my friend. When you look at the two visually, they're completely different looking. Alligator's nose is rounded, crocodile's is pointy. Small teeth on the alligator, much bigger teeth on the crocodile. Alligator looks happy, crocodile looks scary. Sometimes what you see is what you get. The colors they have are different because the environments they live in are different. Animals will look like where they live, they're built for what they eat. There's 15 crocodiles around the world. Some, all they eat is fish and birds. Some eat water buffalo and sharks. Not all the same, my friends. The biggest difference between alligators and crocodiles is what you want to remember. Alligator is very dangerous, crocodile is much more dangerous. Bigger, stronger, smarter, 100 million years older. They're built different. They have the ability to take salt out of their mouth. They've got little pores in their tongue. Crocs are not salt sensitive. Alligators are. Yeah, interesting. Alligator can hunt in salt water. They do. They go from the freshwater Everglades. They go right into the salt water to hunt. They got 2 days in salt water. You got 2 days in salt water, right? Come back to fresh, flush that salt out of their system. Crocodile excrete salt, never get dehydrated. So any crocodile can spend as much time as they want in salt water. However, things are built for their environment. If you're going to spend time in salt water, hope you're size appropriate. Yeah. Saltwater crocodiles get big. Saltwater crocodiles range Tropic of Cancer to Capricorn, where rivers hit salt water. The crocodile here is also in Peru. It's not swimming to Peru. You have bloodlines Jamaica, Mexico, Costa Rica, Venezuela, Colombia. Crocodiles here, they do get big, you know, but in Central America, you're talking about 18, 19-foot crocodiles. In Africa, you have 20-foot crocodiles, 2,000 pounds. Indo-Pacific is the biggest. Southeast Asia's got the biggest bloodlines. 2,000-pound crocodiles. About that big off the ground.
Aubrey, can you see?
Big crocodiles hunt big salty animals. Don't swim in the Nile River. Just don't. Yeah, right. Like my feet don't. Anyway, alligators are dangerous. You know there's big crocodiles in the ocean right now? If I told you 20 years ago there's big crocodiles in the ocean, you might have a hard time believing it. Now you don't really have to believe me, you can just kind of watch it on your phone. Everybody's got a drone. Technology showing us what's happened for millions of years. Crocs and sharks will use each other to get food. They'll feed on each other. They'll feed on whale carcasses 2 miles into the ocean. Alligators are dangerous, yes, but they're also not after us. These guys are dangerous because of us. Would you mind going and saying hello to everybody? This one's Kathy.
Aubrey, come here.
That's
Good to see
Susie.
you. Come here.
We have a couple of boys out there, Charlie, Junior. Remember back here, guys. Can't be in the front row.
Come here. Right here.
You can tell the difference, male and female, usually just by the attitude.
Look, mommy. Come here. Can you see it?
It doesn't matter the species, does it? If you want me to elaborate, I was just saying how lazy the males are. I'm going to save myself. The alligator is so dangerous because humans make them this way. Alligators don't hunt people, they don't eat people, we don't taste good, they're not after us. What they're after is usually what fits in their mouth. They are opportunistic animals. The thing is if you live in Florida, not you. You stay there. Yeah, I don't want to lose anybody again.
Baby.
Including the adults. Yeah, you want to go by Susie, don't you? Let's go there. Leave Susie alone. Leave Susie alone. Anyway, if you live in Florida, we got 2 million alligators. If you have a lake in your backyard, that's in your neighborhood. You see them every day, you start naming them. You have a barbecue, they smell it too. They pull up, hey, it's Kathy, you know? People giving them food. Used to be everybody out there hunting them illegally, now everybody's out there feeding them illegally. It's illegal to feed wild alligators, it makes them dangerous to people. Nobody cares, you know? That's in your neighborhood, that's one of your neighbors. You give it food, you help out. The problem is it's so lazy, as soon as it gets hungry, it's going right back to your house. You give it food again, it will live in your backyard. We got kids everywhere, we got pets everywhere, this could be a problem, potentially. Who pays for to them? Alligators are destroyed by the thousands every year. If you live here, you have a lake in your backyard, and that's in your lake. If you don't want them there, guilty. Call the state, they'll come and get them. Unfortunately, they're not relocated here, so nowhere to put them. You put them from one lake to the next, I don't think so. Out here, they're territorial, they'll just beat them up. They got Google Maps anyway. Just give it a minute. They'll come back to your house. They know exactly where you live. Yeah, they took a crocodile 10 years ago from off the coast by the Keys to Naples, about 100 miles. 1 week she was home.
Now we can
Is that from here? Wisconsin?
Yep.
South Florida, we don't give our phones to people.
I mean, it's insurance, so we're okay.
No, you get it back like 3 days it takes to digest. Watch, smile.
No, I don't need
Ailey, come here, baby. The one bite.
Right.
They're all coming after you. Sure. So again, you'll
That was the
notice the
alligator.
throat is closed, teeth are small, tongue is attached. These guys don't really need big teeth, they just need some traction. They can catch fish and turtles underwater. They go underwater, catch a fish, head above the water, back of the throat open, swallow the food. These guys don't chew, but they crush small animals. They're very tolerant of me. Stuck a camera in her face, ask her to move, she almost listens to me. Listen, it's a little deceiving. They're tolerant of me because they trust that I won't hurt them. But they also bite, so don't be fooled by that, okay? They're not biting me now. They're not in a bad mood. Look how well behaved all of you are right now. Bet one of you guys woke up in a bad mood this morning. Maybe express with your mouth how you feel. Everything bites, my friends. Sweet, shy, feisty, relaxed, always angry. And you say all your friends.
Agua.
Sweetest person you know woke up in a bad mood and express how they feel. Well, that's what we're in a bad mood. Everything will get you. They have bones on their back that allow them to warm up their body. They're cold-blooded, but they want to be warm like us. You might see an alligator sitting out there today randomly, mouth open, tongue drooping. They're regulating their body temperature. You can find them in the Carolinas with snow and ice. Get in a lake, top of the lake freezes, the body will shut down into a hibernation state. They use their tail to swim. If they're in a hurry, 20 miles an hour for a couple hundred yards. They can run 10 miles an hour, 20 or 30 feet. Some crocodiles will run faster than that. Type that in your phone, crocodiles chasing me. If you get chased by an alligator, it's because you got too close to mama when she's got eggs in her nest. She'll warn you. She'll hiss and growl at you. If you got chased, you got closer. It's natural selection anyway. Yeah, I mean, alligators just don't chase people. I would never wear bright red colors. They're attracted to that. Nobody seemed to have gotten the memo, I think. You guys look like steaks.
Stand out.
Now, that guy's trying to run to the water. They're protective of their nest, but don't worry, because if you do get chased by an alligator, there's a remedy. They'll tell you you should run zigzag. You heard this? You have. In Wisconsin, they tell you that. No. Has anybody else ever heard that? Run zigzag? I bet you have, right? Has anybody ever met anybody that got chased that ran zigzag? Welcome to Florida. That's what we teach our kids here. That's why we're so messed up here. Yeah, they say running zigzag will confuse them, but it'll just confuse you. It doesn't even make sense. You just got to run faster than the person next to you. You seem to be in a disadvantage. Any questions about the alligators? Applause for the alligators. If you want to see more alligators, guys, we got more in the back. If you exit that way, straight back. Some on exhibit, some in the lake. If you come to see the Everglades, my suggestion is to go west on this road. 20 minutes, you're in the big cycle.